It's pretty rare for me to make a response video. Generally, I like to keep to broad topics and hold discussions in comments or PMs. That's just me. I'm usually more comfortable with text than with speaking. But once in a while, my comfort has to take a back seat to making a statement. I was thinking about this today as I watched my child and Jane Rosen's grandchild engaging in sports together, as they have for several years. I don't know Gene other than in passing, but I do know enough about him to be sure that he's a generally decent human being and a nice guy who, like most of us, would go out of his way to do the right thing when he could. The cynical say that no good deed goes unpunished, and it seems like there's no shortage of deluded, self-centered, amoral trolls out in YouTube land willing to back up the cynicism with some evidence. And it turns out that's as close as they get to the word evidence. You know, it takes a special kind of douchebag to really go double down and not only deny the real and actual suffering of real people whose real children were actually killed, but to go further and try to implicate the volunteers of our local fire department, the professionals of our police departments and state troopers, and even the Good Samaritan like Gene Rosen, who just tried to do the right thing and provide shelter for traumatized kids. Maybe you think it's funny, which just makes you sick bastards. Maybe you find it too hard to believe that something this horrible and this evil could strike in a quiet New England town. Most of us who live here found it hard to believe for a moment too. But let me tell you, the luxury of disbelief is pretty fucking short-lived when we have to tell our kids that their friends are dead, when we have to comfort our friends and our neighbors as they bury their children, their wives, their futures. As our friends who don uniforms to keep us safe, who face danger and death as part of their jobs, break down and sob uncontrollably, carrying images in their minds that they'll never be able to forget, and that only time and love and luck will have a chance at making bearable. So listen to me carefully, you fucks. This is real. You can masturbate over your rollbacks of video, you can pretend to see what isn't there, you can claim to know the minds of others, but you can't. That's obvious. You pathetic troglodytes are so emotionally retarded that you can't empathize with families in a community in grief, and yet you claim insight into the mental and emotional state of people from looking at a video. You're intentionally blind to reality and the piles of readily available facts, yet claim some clairvoyant knowledge of a massive conspiracy. You claim to seek the truth and stand up for others, when in fact your cowardly and ignorant cadre of conspiratorial circle jerks spend your time calling and harassing a grandfather who just wanted to do the right thing? Fuck you. You're dead to me. You're dead to all of us. Your vile venom of whole-cloth fantasy is washed away by the millions, yes, millions of real human beings who have reached out and expressed support for these families and this community. People who have no particular interest or agenda have taken the time to squash your allegations and at the same time offer support and humanity to those who are suffering. These are examples you could draw from, and hopefully ones you will follow when this fevered delusion leaves your brains and you find yourselves sitting alone in the same basements where you generated this garbage, crying to the darkness with the pitiable tears of those who know that they have done wrong and must make amends. It is these elements of kindness, humanity, and love that will allow this to still be a wonderful community and a great place to live. These elements allow us to move forward through the pain, never forgetting, but reaching for hope, trading anger for peace, trading the dark despair of our recent yesterdays for the hope of a brighter tomorrow. And it's for this reason that you need not have any fear of us or of those who have shown support to these families in this community. We have moved on in love, and you are left behind, alone. You do not need to fear that we will trace your internet connection simply because so many details of it are revealed simply by watching this video. You can rest assured that no attempts will be made to use relational social network technology to connect your connection information or Google-owned accounts to other accounts, real identities, or physical addresses. You have no need to fear that your tap water will taste any different than it ever has. There will be no reason to track the flight patterns of airplanes over your house, because there will be nothing unusual about them. Their contrails will remain, as all contrails are, simply ice crystals in the atmosphere. They won't take any longer to dissipate than they do anywhere else. Because you are unimportant, and because there is still so much good to be done, you will not need to lose sleep wondering if the air seems to have more ozone in it, or that your skin seems particularly dry and maybe itchy. It'll just be coincidence. It'll have no special meaning. Your junk mail will not be different in any way, and there will not be any secret messages to interpret in the arrangements of the ads or the order of the mail pieces in your box. There's nothing else to say. We will seek our inner peace, and we'll hope something good can come of so much evil. We'll hope the same for you as well.